Stripe Payments Tutorial, Stripe Payment Tutorial for Beginners. In this video, we're going to be talking about Stripe and how you can use this amazing payment and financial structure app to run your business and receive payments in the easiest and most simplest way. And Stripe not only helps you in getting payments into your business, but it also allows you to, basically generate and grow all types of revenue by even billing your clients, invoicing them, and a whole lot more. So Stripe is basically an all-in-one, you could say, receiving banking system. And it's a system that is a good gateway for a payment in whatever region you are, okay? And we're going to be talking about it in great depth and detail, okay? I'm going to be telling you the tips and tricks of Stripe, what you can do using Stripe, and how you can use it accordingly to your financial infrastructure. All right. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So to, actually discuss things, we're going to come over to stripe.com, and here you can see they have a lovely little interface where they actually tell you what companies work with them, like Amazon, Salesforce, Google, URBN, Shopify, WhatsApp, BMW, Marriott, like amazing, and multiple countries or workspaces or enterprises that work with Stripe. Now in the product section, you can actually see all the things you can do with Stripe. So we have payments where we can actually create payment links, checkout links. We have different flexible UI elements and components. You also have in-person payment terminals. You can do fraud prevention. You get authorization, which basically accepts all of the different optimizations that Stripe provides you. Then we have embedded payments in finance, where we can connect payments for platforms. You have customer financing with financial accounts, and you also get physical and virtual cards. And then obviously there's the automation section where you can do billing, invoicing, revenue recognition, taxes, all automated. Okay, so basically if you want to go ahead and use this fully integrated software, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, add your email address, and sign up. Okay, now when it comes to the pricing of Stripe, it's totally free. Going to be the money that you receive. Okay, so whatever money you receive, it's going to take a 2.9% plus 30 cents per successful charge for those domestic cards. So it's pricing built for business of all sizes, and it's pretty incredible. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and sign up with our Stripe. And for the sign up procedure, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a temp mail. All right. So the reason I'm using a temp mail is because I want to temporarily use Stripe for myself. Okay, this is just an example that I'd like to show you people. Do not necessarily go ahead and follow this step for yourself, because in most cases what happens is your temp mail disappears after 24 hours. So, if you're going to create a proper account for the long run, I would not suggest using a temp mail. Now, once you've added your email, you're going to add your full name. You're going to add your country where you live, or where, basically most of your business ventures take place. And once you've added all these things, what you're going to do is you're going to set a strong password. And finally, go ahead and click on create account. Now, once you click on create account, you're simply going to wait for things to load in, and you're simply going to let Stripe verify everything. It's going to send you a verification code straight to your email. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to verify your email correctly. So once our verification is sent, here it says verify your email. So we're going to open that right up, and we're going to click on verify mail. Okay. Now, once you go ahead and opt for the verify email option, here it says, how would you like to get started? To accept payments right away, add the required information to your business profile. Either add the business information right now. Okay. Just get straight into it, or you can first of all explore the features. So that is what I'm going to do. So here it says, what would you like to do? So we have accept payments online or in person, manage subscriptions and recurring billing, create and send branded invoices, or run a platform or marketplace. Okay, and not only these, but you also get quite a lot of your more options. So these are the core products, and these are the sub products that you get with them. Okay, so obviously for payments, you create a link, sell anywhere in minutes, sell products, subscriptions, or accept donations, and share a link over email or chat or turn it into a QR code that can be scanned to easily be paid on. Then there's billing, where you can bill customers with subscriptions, quotes, and invoices, set up and manage products with recurring billing options, and you can even automate your revenue management. Then we move over to invoicing, where you can create and send custom branded invoices in minutes, collect one time or recurring payments, and get paid fast from anywhere. And then finally, you have Connect, where you can integrate payments into your platform or marketplace, facilitate payments, and pay out sellers or service providers with no fees to get started. So to start things off, we're going to go with payments. And you can even see the businesses that use this. So we have Shopify, Amazon, Airbnb, Uber, Zoom. Okay. So if we go ahead and get started with a component of Stripe, what it does is it basically is going to bring you here. So again, this is the setup. Now, if you do want to go ahead and activate payments for yourself, you are going to want to make sure to, have a proper payment setup activated. Now, the reason for that is, Stripe makes sure that you are not some type of scammer or you aren't some type of spam account, which is, just doing it for the scam money, habit. So it asks you all of your business details, and I'm going to get into that later, okay? I'm actually going to go ahead and work with that in a second. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my dashboard section. Now, this is your Stripe dashboard section where you can pretty much manage most of the things going on in your Stripe Central. Now, once you're over here, you can see a lot of elements and components on the left-hand side, and you're probably wondering what they are, what they do, and, what's the use of them? What are they mainly used for? So I'm going to be clearing all those doubts, so do not worry. Now, what we're going to do here on the left-hand side, first of all, you have this home section. Now, in this home section, what happens here is it says activate payments on your account. Fill out your business profile to accept payments. Any progress you make will be saved so you can always finish up later, okay? Which is incredible. Now, if we move down here, you can pretty much get an overview of everything. So you can get the gross volumes for today. So total sales before deducting any fees, refunds, or disputes are seen. You can see this type of overview where you can see all the payments you have made, how much gross volume you've generated, net volume from sale. And then down here, you can see the failed payments, new customers, and cop customers by spend. So it gives you a whole analytical, you could say, report of what's going on over here. Now, moving on, we go over to balances. Now, in the balances, this shows you how much money you currently have in your Stripe account. So it shows you the USD balance, which is basically on the way to your bank account, shows you the funds on hold, the total money, the upcoming to your bank, and on the way to your bank. You can also see all activity. You can get the top-ups, you can get the payouts. All of those are shown over here. Now, one other great feature that Stripe actually gives you is that you can connect multiple businesses in one space. Now, the reason for that is basically, let's say I have 3 to 4 businesses and I want to manage all of their payments, but obviously jumbling them all up in one space is obviously going to be a bad decision. And, it's going to lead to a lot of shortcomings. So we don't want that, okay? We want our workspace to work seamlessly and, with a good regimen. So I'm not going to go ahead and keep all of my stuff in one place. I'm going to go ahead and click on create new account and add a new business in my same email workspace, all right? Now we move over to transactions. Now, transactions is one of the most important bits of Stripe, okay? It is the fulcrum of Stripe, and this is basically how Stripe is properly going to go ahead and show you its features, and I'm going to get into this later on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to customers. Now, this is where you can add your customers. You can build them, if they're on a one-off buying period or if they're into, the recurring invoices or subscription period. It all can be handled from this one place. Then you can move over to product catalog where you can pretty much get, all the features that you've added. All the products are seen over here. You can create and manage all the features of your products. You can find different coupons, shipping rates, tax rates, and pricing tables. All of them can be seen in one place, and all the physical goods that are, to work with your business can be seen. Then we have products, okay? Now in the products, you get payments, billing, reporting, and more. And I'm going to get more into these later on with the transactions widget. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on how you're going to activate your payments, because right now, as you can see, I'm in test mode. And obviously, if you want to accept live payments and get out of test mode, you are going to want to go ahead and complete your profile, because without that, you won't be able to go ahead with the other features. Okay, so to complete your profile, what you're going to do is you're going to come here to the top right and click on complete profile. And once we go over to this section, you're simply going to wait for things to load in. So here you are. It says, let's start with some basics. Choose your location and business type to get started. So first of all, you have business location that you're going to choose, and then you have type of business. Who we have individual, company, and nonprofit. So I'm going to keep it on individual and click on continue. Now, do make sure that the information you're adding is extremely accurate, and do make sure that it's true, because Stripe does verify you, okay? Don't think for a second that Stripe is just going to take this information and not do anything with it. Stripe does go ahead and verify you with the different government agencies, the IRS, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my name, okay? Once we've added our name in, what we're going to do is we're going to choose our date of birth. So I'm going to do just that. Okay. And do make sure to fill in all the information that they ask you, and do make sure to save it at every step, because if you continue without saving, it's all of it's going to be pretty much gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my date of birth. Okay. And once we've added our date of birth, what we're going to do from there is we're going to move over to the home address. Okay. Again, don't add a date like me. Do make sure to add a proper date, a date that, actually is believable, and do make sure that you add a date that is above 18. Okay. It's really important to add the correct details for yourself. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to move over to the home address section, and here you're going to add in all of the details of where you live. And obviously, whatever you add, again, it will be cross-checked to add the correct details. Add the apartment unit or something else, you can add that as well. And then we have our phone number, and then the last four digits of our social security number. So you can add those things, and then you can click on save, so that Stripe actually saves them in your profile. And once we've added that, it takes us to our business details. So it says, tell us about your business. This information is collected to better understand and serve your business. So first of all, you're going to select your industry. Which industry are you in? I'm going to go with clothing and accessories. You can add in your business website. So basically you add your business website so that it cross-references everything with, your Stripe details. Then we have product description, where you basically tell them what your business is basically about. So I'm gonna go ahead and write clothing apparel store. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and enter that in and click on continue. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take us to the public details section. Now in the public details, it says add public details for your customers. So, when someone comes to purchase at your e-commerce store, this is what they're going to see. So first of all, we have statement descriptor. Okay. And this is basically, whatever statements you generate or whatever invoices you create, this is the name that is going to appear in front of the audience. Okay. And then you have shortened descriptor as well, which is basically a prefix which people can see in your statement. Now, moving on from here, you scroll down where it's going to tell you to give the customer support phone number. So if you want to add that in, you can do so as well. So once you've added your customer support number, you can add your customer support address as well. And once you've, added the correct details, you're going to click on continue. And from here, what it's going to do is it's going to bring you to add your bank. So it says select an account for payouts. Earnings you receive will be sent to this very account. So we have Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Capital One, D Bank, US Bank. And, if your bank doesn't appear here, you can also enter the bank details manually. So, whatever bank you have, you can add their routing number, account number, and confirm your account number over here. Now, this is basically for the banks that are totally online. So I'm talking about banks like Wise, Remitly, Zemo, and a whole lot more. So those banks basically give you a specific routing and account number that you can add into this section, and you can be authorized pretty perfectly. So once you've added your bank details, you're going to continue, where it's going to bring you to secure your account. So this basically asks for a two-step authentication where you can either use an authenticator app, add a security key, or even add a passkey. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and add a security key for myself, and you can add it pretty easily. Or what you can do is you can use any passkey or even get additional options for yourself. Okay, so let's say I'm going to add my Windows passkey over here and just save it. And now we have two-step authentication as well, and they also give you a backup code. So you can make sure to either download or copy this in a safe space, because in the case your Stripe gets hacked or maybe you forget your password or anything like that, this is your backup code, okay? Do make sure to have this, because without this you will not be able to log back in the case you lose your account, okay? So once we have saved our backup code, what we're going to do is we're going to move over to add extras, okay? Now in add extras, it says show customers your climate commitment. So this is basically your climate contribution. So whatever money you make, it says, 0.51% or 1.5% of the revenue will be given to planting trees. Okay, so this is basically for the climate contributions. And if you do want to contribute to the climate, you can go ahead and have this activated. And it's a good little feature to have for yourself. And it's good for the world, it's good for the climate, and generally having this activated gives you a good referral. Okay, so once we've done this, you can move over to tax calculation. So, if you live in the United States, then you're going to add in your product category. And obviously, according to that, it will automate your tax collection. Okay, so whatever amount of income that you are generating or whatever revenue you are, increasing for yourself, according to that, it's going to take some income from you. Okay. Now, once all of this is done, you're going to basically agree and submit. And once you have done that, basically from there on out, you're going to have to wait maybe a day or two, and that should activate your payments. Generally, it doesn't really take a lot of time, but it should take no more than 2 days depending on the area and the time that you have opted for this. Now, once we're done with all of this, let's move over to transactions. Let's actually discuss what transaction does and why is it so important. So in transactions, you can choose how to start collecting payments and get started fast with a no-code option or explore customizable UIs for yourself. Okay, and it's pretty incredible stuff to have something like this in your workspace. Okay, I would definitely suggest people to use this for the recurring payments that they generate for their businesses. And the reason for that is that basically what happens in these cases is that let's say I am running an e-commerce store and I want to create a checkout page, but I want Stripe to be the payment gateway. So in those cases, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here where it says share a link to a checkout page, sell a product or subscription, or accept a donation by sharing a link to a payment page. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create a payment link. Now, once you click on create a payment link, what it does is it takes you to this form. So you're going to select the product type. So is it a product or subscription, or is it a customers choose what to pay? I'm going to go with product or subscription because I'm running a clothing apparel e-commerce store. Then we have the payment page and after payment. So first of all, we're going to add our product over here. So I'm going to write hoodie, and you can add in your description. And once you've done all of that in, you can pretty much add your product's image. Now, once you've added your product's image and all of that, you're going to choose what type of payment it is. So one-off or recurring. So I'm going to go with one-off. We're going to choose the price, and I'm going to click on add product. Now, once you click on add product, the product is going to be selected over here, and this is basically what our checkout page is going to look like. Pretty cool, right? And now Once the checkout page is created, you can add in custom options as well, where you can, add in options to collect customer addresses, require customers to provide a phone number, limit the number of payments, and so on. So it keeps going on and on however you want to manage these things for yourselves, okay? And once this is done, you can pretty much go ahead and create a payment link. And once the payment link is created, you can pretty much copy this, send it out to the users that you want to, or maybe share it across your Shopify store or e-commerce or any type of venture you want to share it along with. And yeah, that is pretty much how you're going to be, managing a whole payment gateway on your Stripe. And then obviously you can go into these recurring products like payments, where you can see all the disputes that your payments have, the radar in which you can see any fraud or risk analytics. You can see the invoices that you've generated, and you can, generate new test invoices over here as well. Same goes with billing. You can get an overview, reporting, and much more. So that is basically Stripe and how you're going to use this platform as your very own payment gateway. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be making a whole lot more for you. Till then, that is all from me, and I'll be seeing all of you in the very next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.